Hey again, everybody. Jack here.
And Nicole, hi.
And first and foremost, so Nicole, I think you owe the audience an apology. I remember you had this big idea of how, oh, we're going to do this every day. And I said, it'll never happen.
I am sorry.
I don't think anybody's complaining, but and really to talk about our life every day would probably put a lot of people to sleep because all of our days aren't as exciting as when we come to you in these videos and give you the real highlights of what's going on, right?
That's true.
Yeah, we have now completed. How long have we lived in the great state of Alabama now?
It'll be 3 weeks tomorrow.
3 weeks tomorrow. Wow! It just. I'm going to tell you, I'm in a better mood today, though.
Because it's sunny.
It is sunny. Now, you've got to work with me here. We have not seen the sun since Sunday. It is Friday, and it is bright and sunny today. So it was a little tough, all the rain we had. But that's where you're a ray of sunshine, pun intended, when it comes to rain, right? Because you keep reminding me, what?
Oh, rain is life. Rain brings life.
Rain brings life.
Yeah.
And I always say, well, there's lots of deserts with life, but it's a different type of life. And they have sprinkler systems too and things like that. But you are right. And boy, after the rain, I mean, the sky is beautiful.
And look
blue.
at all the greenery. It's now so green. Even now, grass is turning green. It's good. Rain is good.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I'll give you that one. So,
Yeah.
and I'm much happier. The rain's out. You can see we're kind of in our tennis gear. We got out there and played some tennis today. And
Yes.
we really love tennis. It's that might be something too. So if there are couples out there who are watching, it's nice, would you say, to have activities you can do together, sporting activities.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sporting activities to do together is good.
It is. It's just good. We enjoy it. I've always been a golfer. Nicole's starting to learn how to play golf, and we do a lot of hiking.
Although we haven't not done a lot of golfing.
Well, it rained all the time. It's
Yeah,
hard to get on
well,
the golf course.
it's rain.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right.
And we did get back on the tennis court today, though. And,
Yes.
and we'll get back to the golf course and get you ready to go with that. But we wanted to talk today about some of the, we called it cultural differences. And we're not talking about necessarily between me and you.
Yeah, it's not necessary. Well, I guess, is it really cultural differences or just a few things that we have noted that
Yeah.
are different?
Between Kenya and the United States.
And I always want to correct you. Some of these are my opinions.
Right,
It's
right.
not the Kenyan opinion. It is not how everyone sees Kenya. This is just how I see Kenya and how I see the differences in my eyes. So please note if you are Kenyan.
I knew that's what this was all about. We don't want to offend the country of Kenya. And we're not going to do that.
We're not offending anyone. We're
No.
just noting a few of the differences.
Yeah. And there are differences.
Yeah, there are big differences.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
of all, the U.S. is a what's it called? A superpower. You are part of the the big five.
Let's not even get into that, okay? Now, because then somebody out there is going to go, well, it depends on what you call a superpower. Somebody's going to start naming off other countries and things. So probably don't. But the countries are
Different. Very different.
Some things good, some things maybe not. Again, it depends on your perspective,
Yes,
right?
that's true.
I mean, because there's things that Nicole tells me about Kenya, and I go, I love that. And then you go, well, now, wait a minute. Think about this a little bit. You know, you kind of correct me as well, going,
Yes. There are things that are good and bad in both countries. Yes. There's differences everywhere. The thing is, we learn to embrace our differences and live together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a song about that. Live together in harmony, but I can't remember who the artist is now. But anyway,
Okay. I don't think I've heard that song before.
I'll look it up for you.
Okay.
Yeah. But I tell you, we want to talk about though a couple of things that are kind of really funny. They are kind of funny, and they're a different song. These are big differences.
Okay, like what?
I want to talk about going to a restaurant.
Oh, going
Which
to
you have noted. Now, there's a reason that America, this is a fact, this isn't a secret, has a society that's way overweight. There's too many people way overweight. People don't watch what they eat, things like that, because there's a restaurant virtually on every corner
There
of this
is
country.
so many restaurants. That's one very big difference.
Yeah.
So many restaurants. In Kenya, there are restaurants, quite a number of them, but I don't think it matches the number that is here.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, and when I mentioned about the health of Americans and all, so many of these restaurants, I mean, they'll put the pounds on you if you just keep going in and going in,
Yeah.
because it's lots of times it's cheaper food, it's not as high a quality, and this is where you made such an interesting observation about. What did you say about fast food in Kenya versus
Oh.
fast food in America?
Yeah, well, fast food in Kenya will be slightly more expensive than the just normal food because like our basics. The Kenyan staple is ugali. It's called ugali. It's like a maize
Right.
flour thingy. So you'll have the ugali with chicken and fresh vegetables, or with beef and fresh vegetables. But here you have to be very careful. Like anytime we go to the store, you always say you have to buy organic, right?
Well,
Something organic.
That's my opinion. I am a big believer in
Which-
organic products.
Which in Kenya I never really thought about
Right.
what's organic and what's not. It's just food because you'll kind of like go by the road and then they'll chop the vegetables for you, and it's fresh vegetables because they got it from the market, or you can go to the market by yourself and get it. So here we don't have the fresh vegetables that are cut for you, but we have them bagged. The fresh vegetables are usually bagged, while back home it's just
Well, it's called. You're basically in Kenya more of what we call here in the States farm to market.
Yeah.
I mean, it's direct to the
Yes.
farm to the consumer.
Yes, yes,
And so
yes,
that's
yes.
going to be a higher quality food that you get there.
Yeah, I think so. So
Yeah.
that's one thing that I've seen. I have to be very you remind me to be cautious about, because you always also talk of grass fed beef, right?
Yeah.
And then back home I'm like, what do you mean grass fed? It's all grass fed.
Right. And that's important. Did you hear that,
you-
folks? She said
are
back
you-
home in Kenya, it's all grass fed.
What else are you feeding the cow? It's grass.
You don't want to know. That's just the whole thing. And
Yeah.
and again, there's a lot of people that probably laugh at me saying, "Oh, why do you worry about that stuff and all these things?" But I am a believer that I think our food here in America has been, in some cases, just over sprayed with pesticides and processed and things like that.
Yeah.
And then when you tell me about how fresh and everything is
Yeah.
in Kenya, that's something that we all long for here.
Yeah, I guess.
And,
Well, because you'll go to like a normal restaurant, you'll get you'll get nice food, and it'll be healthy food.
Right.
But the junk food, which is the pizza, and that's slightly more expensive. So it's kind of like not everyone can be able to afford
Right.
the junk
But,
food.
but I love that in Kenya that junk food's more expensive, so
Oh,
you're
yeah.
forced to eat better
Healthy food, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Now let's talk about the restaurant. So, the first time you and I started going out to restaurants, and we don't go out a lot. We go out
Yeah.
maybe once, twice a week.
Yes.
Once a week, more likely, because you do love that we make our own food here at home.
Yeah,
We do a lot.
making the food, because then we get to control what we are cooking.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And our portion sizes too,
Yeah.
things like that. But when we go to a restaurant, 9 times out of 10, you'll tell me just order for me, and maybe explain to people
because
why.
oh my gosh, there's so many choices.
Yeah, there
It's
are.
crazy. You get the menu is like a book. I
Yes,
remember when we went to
yes.
the Cheesecake Factory. I was like, what's
And we ended up not eating at the Cheesecake Factory. We never ate there.
It's just
We
too
looked at the
many
menu.
choices.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's overwhelming. I'm like, okay, and everything is fancily named. Maybe it's just, but it has a nice like today we've eaten something called a euro. I forget what it was.
Right,
but
right,
anyway,
right.
it's just-
And they had though like 15 different
It
choices.
had like 15 different choices.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that is a little bit, but I'm getting used to it. Everywhere you go, I think I just go in knowing this is what I am going to eat, and then you kind of just read the details of the meal.
Right.
So I'm getting better, but at first it was just I couldn't. I felt like too much is coming at me at the same time.
Yeah. And lots of times, though, today was a great example.
Yeah.
You got the euro, and then I got the salad with some grilled chicken on it. And of course, immediately then Nicole goes, "Oh, I want a bite of yours." And then you tried it, and you're like, "Oh, I'd like to
I
have
like that, yes.
Yeah. So choices are good.
Well, they are. I think they just need to come in moderation.
Yes. Well, it's kind of like too, even in just a coffee shop, and I think there's some memes.
Yeah,
little
and
videos
also
out
here,
there.
wait, apart from the restaurants, there's many coffee shops.
Yes.
There's so many coffee shops. It's very, I guess it's, I think Americans like coffee, right?
We love our coffee, but
It's black coffee, no sugar, no cream, like
Well,
the way you
no,
drink
no.
it, which is very bitter.
okay, that's me. But now most people go to coffee shops for all these other drinks, which lots of them are filled with additives and sugar and
Oh,
creams
yeah.
and all that. And it's like, it's funny, you like a latte.
Oh yes.
But we always tell them just a plain old latte. And they
Yeah,
always
no-
look at you like, really? You don't want
Yeah.
anything else in it?
No vanilla, no cream,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
nothing, just a latte like
Plain
that.
old latte.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So coffee shops, restaurants, totally different.
Yeah.
And I think there's some things we could maybe even learn
Oh,
from Kenya
what?
on that. Well, I think a smaller menu choices might be really helpful.
Yes.
You know?
We don't need 15 pages of like.
No, we don't. You know, it wastes a lot of time. And then the other thing about how that good food there is less expensive than going to a fast food restaurant, which
Yeah.
just blows my mind that that's how it is.
Yeah,
So, but,
I just think every time I want to buy a pizza, I have to bargain for it. That's like 3 normal meals.
yeah. And we just make our own pizza here at home.
Yes.
We sometimes will get like an organic frozen just cheese pizza, and then we add all of our stuff to it, and it's good.
And it's good. Yeah.
It's really good. What did we have? There was something else we were going to tell you
Oh.
guys and girls about, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh, I remember this.
Okay.
So our friends got us a book, the goat book.
Oh, the goat cookbook, and it was kind of a joke because you eat a lot of goat in Kenya.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
something called nyama choma. This nyama choma is like a very
Say that slowly. What do you say?
Nyama choma. It's just
Yama
grilled-
choma.
Nyama choma. It's just grilled meat.
Oh, just grilled meat. Okay.
Yeah, goat meat.
The goat meat. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So this book, we made a dish out of it on
Yes.
in the course of the week.
Yeah.
And it had very fancy ingredients.
Yeah. Well, you thought they were fancy.
They were very fun. Very fun. One of them sticks out that I remember very well. Shallots.
Shallots.
And I was like, what are shallots? I'd really like to know what these shallots are.
And I showed them to her. We bought them. They're $3.50 for 3 miniature onions. And
Onions.
I know,
Shallots
I know.
they're just onions, and they're small onions, and they're so expensive.
yeah, they give it a different name. They make it smaller, and they charge you 5 times what a regular onion is.
Yes.
And they convince you it tastes different,
They convince you it tastes different.
which I don't know if it did.
Well, I don't know. But another thing that was there was a fennel. That was a new
Fennel.
Vegetable for me. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
eaten a fennel before.
And I don't eat a lot of fennel, but you know when we cooked it together
Yeah.
with the onions, and then what else was in there? It had tomato paste, and then we had all kind. It made this like a soup.
A soup, yes.
And then you made, instead of doing goat, we couldn't go out and kill a goat and roast it. So we got some turkey meat, and you made these.
Yeah, meatballs. Meatballs
Yeah.
everyone knows. But the thing that was interesting to me about that meal was the fennel, which is something new, and the shallots, which
Yeah.
was just something that I know only it's been named differently, and they put an additional charge on it.
Well, I don't know if they renamed fennel. I'm not sure what it was, but the onion they
The
did.
shallot, the
Yeah.
shallot.
Yeah. But it was good too. We should mention that.
Oh, yeah,
it
it
was
was good.
delicious.
It was very good, yeah.
And I don't even know what you would call it because it was a goat named dish. So we call it turkey meatballs and some kind of sauce with some fennel and onions and other stuff.
Yes.
That was about it. But it was good. But we're continuing. It seems like every day we're experiencing new things.
Yes.
And it's kind of fun, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's true.
So
It's
so
very nice.
life in America to this point, good.
Not bad.
Not- Really? Could you show a little more enthusiasm? You know? No.
Great.
Yeah, no, it is great. So is that about all the notes? Is that about it for today?
Yes.
That's it? Okay, so who knows what's going to happen next. This
Yeah.
weekend, we're going to go out and about. We're going to go see some relatives.
Yeah.
We won't give you any locations on that.
No.
You know. And then, we're going to go, Nicole's going to go to her first baseball game Sunday afternoon.
Oh, we'll do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going for a symphony or something.
Yeah, we're going to go
tonight.
see a symphony orchestra.
Orchestra.
Tonight.
yes.
We're going to do that,
Yeah.
and so we'll let you guys know what's going on, and we're going to also answer more of these questions that come up about cultural things and
Yes.
some of the differences and things that we see there. But so far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
And today is a bright, beautiful day.
It is. So Alabama's still working out okay.
Not okay.
See, I do
no.
it like your answer to how do you like America? She goes, it's okay. So Alabama, it's okay. No, you love
No,
it
it's
here.
great, yeah.
She
It's
absolutely
great.
loves it here. Maybe you will too, so check it out sometime.
Yes.
And I wanted to mention, you mentioned the ugali
Mm-hmm.
made. folks need to know if you'll search our channel.
Oh, yeah.
There's a cooking video.
There's a cooking video on
where
how
you
to
made
make
the whole
ugali.
the
Ugali, some vegetables, and some stew.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So look that one up about Nicole doing some cooking. So, all right, that's about it. We want them to do what? Keep subscribing?
Share, like, yes.
All that good stuff. Better yet, have a great day.
Oh, and better yet, better tomorrow.
You betcha. Bye, everyone.
Bye.